It happens every September, like clockwork. The lights go down in Cupertino, a sleek new device appears on a giant screen, and suddenly, the phone currently in your pocket, the one that was revolutionary just 12 months ago, feels utterly obsolete. We've all felt that pull, the itch for the new. But for some, that itch isn't an occasional indulgence. It's an annual imperative. Whether it's pre-ordering the iPhone 16 when you still owe money on the 15, or financing a luxury car lease that eats up half your monthly income, we are witnessing a fascinating and expensive psychological phenomenon. Today, we aren't talking about tech specs or horsepower. We're talking about why we buy things we don't need, with money we don't have, to impress people we don't even like. We're diving into the psychology of performative wealth. Part 1. Buying membership, not utility. To understand why someone buys a new iPhone every single year, we have to accept a hard truth. Almost nobody does this for the marginally faster processor or the slightly improved camera aperture. At a certain price point, utility stops increasing, and psychology takes over. Sociologists call this conspicuous consumption. It's the act of buying expensive goods not for their practical value, but purely to publicly display your economic power. In the modern world, the smartphone is the ultimate portable status symbol. It's the Rolex you look at 200 times a day. When you upgrade annually, you aren't just buying a phone. You are buying a renewal of your membership into the club of relevance. We have a deep-seated evolutionary fear of being left behind. Marketing teams know this. They weaponize FOMO, the fear of missing out. If you don't have the newest thing, you aren't just excusing yourself from a purchase, you're excusing yourself from the cultural conversation. For the person stretching their budget to signal status, the object acts as armor. It says to the world, I am successful, I've made it, even if their bank account says something very different. Part 2. The hedonic treadmill and the dopamine chase. But here is the trap. Why doesn't the satisfaction last? Why does the iPhone 15 feel amazing in October, just okay by January, and like garbage by the next September? Welcome to the hedonic treadmill. Human beings are incredibly adaptable. When something good happens, like getting that shiny new toy, we get a spike in happiness. But very quickly, we adapt to that new baseline. The extraordinary becomes ordinary. Neurologically, the biggest hit of dopamine, the brain's reward chemical, doesn't actually come when you use the new item. It comes during the anticipation of buying it. The hunt is more thrilling than the catch. For the chronic upgrader or the status spender, that feeling of newness is a drug. And like any drug, you build a tolerance. You need a bigger purchase or a more frequent purchase just to feel that same brief hit of satisfaction. Part 3. The debt of pretense. And this is where the psychology turns dangerous. When your self-worth is tied to external signaling, the financial reality becomes secondary to maintaining the facade. There is a massive, often invisible gap between acting rich and being wealthy. Wealth is quiet. It's assets, investments, and security. Acting rich is loud. It's depreciation, payments, and anxiety. People who spend more than they earn to show off are building a lifestyle on a foundation of sand. They are trading long-term freedom for short-term validation from strangers. The stress of maintaining that image, the fear of being found out, far outweighs the momentary joy of the purchase. We all want nicely designed things. There is nothing inherently wrong with enjoying new technology or a beautiful outfit. The problem arises when we expect those things to do heavy emotional lifting they were never designed to do. A new phone cannot fix insecurity. A luxury car cannot cure loneliness. The antidote to the upgrade cycle isn't poverty. It's consciousness. It's realizing that the most impressive thing you can buy is peace of mind. And that usually comes from knowing how much is finally enough.